How's the water taste? Imported from Hawaii via Safeway or Nugget or something like that.
Say, whoever thought we'd be buying water?
You know what's funny on this? It says like because it makes it sound cool is that it was filtered through volcanic rock. So tell me if you could taste it. If you feel any different leaving today, feel Hawaiian, feel the urge to do a hula dance or something. But no, I appreciate you.
That way, you. Right?
Either way, yeah. This one's gonna be on you. That one's on me, and then that one is both of those. So, yeah, I appreciate you doing this. This is episode number 1. Numero uno. Gotta have my numero uno. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I wanted you number 1 is obviously you're the reason why I got into industry. A little background, how I got to know Karl is I was at school at Sac State at the time. And
I think you were at Solano College still.
Was I still at Solano? Might have been. Yeah. I was about to transfer then,
Yeah.
And I was interested in majoring in economics, and I was looking for something, a job, something that's it's always was. People that know me know I had a million different jobs, but I saw an ad in the papers for economic development intern, and I just saw economic, so I didn't know I didn't know anything. I was like, okay, it says economic. This must be what I'm supposed to do. Let's make it happen. And I applied, and I remember meeting you the first time at the interview.
Yeah.
I remember leaving that interview like, I don't know if I did so well. I'm excited. I'm interested in this. But one of the things that I was extremely excited when I learned that I actually was selected for the internship, not only because it was paid. I was like, wait a minute, I get paid to do this stuff too? But also because, it was a major learning experience for me. And then as things progressed through the internship, a lot of the tasks and assignments that you assigned me to were commercial real estate related. And at the time, I didn't know anything about or the distinction between residential commercial. I thought it was all one and the same. But being able to work under you and under your mentorship and through your guidance, obviously my interest in commercial real estate had grown. And from there, it was like, this is what I want to do.
Well, I think one of the things, we had several applicants for the internship. And it's one of the things that, having worked for different cities and things, it's one of the things that I really appreciate about a city is to go out and help promote, you're actually recruiting people to give them an interest to want to work in government.
Right,
okay?
right.
Because there's a lot of times been that thought of, a government worker, they're lazy, they're this,
Yeah,
they're that,
yeah. That thought's still there, but it's not true.
It's not true overall. My wife and I have this joke about Trader Joe's workers. You go inside of Trader Joe's, everybody's on point. Everybody's friendly, everybody's helpful, everybody's knowledgeable. And we always say, well, if we're doing hiring for something, we only want to hire the best. We only want to hire Trader Joe's type workers because they're always upbeat and they know their stuff and they want to be there. And what we recognized when we went through these interviews for the interns was that your focus was definitive in a sense of, here's what I want to do. And a lot of people that come in, they still are unaware of what they want. You had this focus of, hey, I want to get in the business. I want to get into real estate.
Yeah.
And seeing that let us know that this is a person that can make decisions, okay? Because it's very important to have someone who can gather knowledge and then make a decision. And when you have an intern, you obviously want to give them some tasks that are meaningful and things that'll help out. And here's something that you probably might not even remember. So we used to give interns sort of like a project to do.
Yeah.
And your project, one that you worked on, was should Solano College
I do remember this.
have dormitories? And we went and we met with the college, we explained the program, all this sort of stuff. And at that time, they just weren't interested in developing that.
Yeah.
But look at what's happening today.
Hey.
Solano College is talking about having the ability to have dormitories. And this is 20 years later?
Yeah, it's a long time, yeah.
But you were ahead of the curve back then when you think about it.
Yeah.
Right? We had even talked to them about having some of the hotels that were close by there, having them buy it and convert those and use that as a dormitory.
I remember that. Yeah. Funny story. I still have that file. I do. It's at my house and it's in our garage. And no, I still have the file from the research because I remember researching other junior colleges, community colleges that had dorms.
Right.
Sierra College, I think, was one. YOLO.
There were only one or two of them within that whole system.
Right.
That had it.
Yeah.
And it was real fascinating. It makes me think back to the internship I had when I was in college. I worked for IBM.
Yeah, okay.
And Big Blue, as we used to call it in those days, was the mothership. It's what spawned all these other tech companies in Silicon Valley. I went to San Jose State, and we used to have a job recruitment area in the school where you'd go in, and if you were interested in different jobs, you could apply. And so I went in and I applied for a job at IBM, but there's a backstory to this that I've got to tell you. I was in a grocery store one night, walking down the aisle. There's a woman of a smaller stature. She's trying to reach up top to get something on the top shelf. She can't get it.
Yeah.
And I walked down and I said, hey, can I get that for you? And I get it, give it to her. We exchanged pleasantries and stuff, and she says, thank you, and I go on my way. Well, guess what? I applied for IBM. I go out for an interview, and guess who the person is to interview me?
Was that lady?
Yes.
Was it?
One and the same. Yeah. She looks at me, she says, opens up a book and says, here are all these different jobs. Pick any one you want, and I will make sure you get that job.
Oh, man. So she remembered that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Incredible.
Yeah, that
incredible. Sometimes you fall into these lucky situations, but I mean, it's been, you never know. You never know when you meet it. Be kind to everybody because you just never know.
That was God putting an opportunity in front of you.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And I actually, I wanted to learn, because I was in Silicon Valley, I wanted to learn more about that side of the tech side stuff. Yeah. So I took a job in what they called electrical engineering and physical design, which was as a digitizer, which is really just taking an analog, transferring it to digital, so that the computer can recognize it and read it. And it was in the design of circuit boards.
Oh, okay.
So
that's interesting.
It got a little technical stuff, but it was my introduction to things. And it also let me know that internships were so important because it's where you make your connections.
Right.
And if you go to college someplace and you're going to remain in that town afterwards, you're going to need those connections when you graduate to try to get a job.
Well, and it's a good point, because I think, like, when you look at a lot of the jobs that you want, whether it's during college, post-college, or you don't go to college even, with the experience people look for, how are you supposed to get experience if it's your first job?
Right.
So the internship gives you that opportunity, not only to learn what you want to do, or if it's something you want to do, if you pick it for the rest of your life and you don't want to bounce around, but it does give you that experience to say, oh, I interned for such and such. And I can tell you in my experience, it opened up a lot of doors and opportunities. And albeit, I worked for Colliers after my internship. And I remember you guys opened that door. You had made the calls and got me the interview. Now that I've been in this industry for almost 20 years now, I've realized that it doesn't work like that. You either have to know somebody. It's very, very rare that you're going to walk in, that you're going to, first of all, see a job posting for a commercial real estate agent. And it's not something necessarily that anybody comes out of college or goes to college and goes, hey, I want to do this. But you have to have some sort of gateway. And that somebody is, giving you an opportunity.